Hey, so what do you do when your friend from way back, I'm talking like over 40 years, hooks you up with a bunch of Wisconsin cheese? What do you do? No, I'm not going to sit around, cube it up, and watch Laverne and Shirley. No, no, no. I'm going to make baked mac and cheese, American baked mac and cheese. And because I'm thinking of my other friends from way, way back up in New England, I'm kicking this up a notch. I'm going to make lobster mac and cheese. Yeah, lobster mac and cheese with all this good stuff. So stick around. I'm going to show you how. Hey, so you know what we're doing, right? Baked mac and cheese. Baked lobster mac and cheese. And I got to tell you, baked mac and cheese is like my number one thing that I like in the whole entire world. Out of everything I've ever had, baked mac and cheese is it. Now, let me go ahead and do my episode shout out right out of the gate. This episode is dedicated to Teresa and Jeff, who sent me all that awesome Wisconsin cheese. I was looking for a little bit of brick cheese to make some authentic Detroit pizza. Next thing I know, I got this big box of cheese. And I was like, whoa, I gotta do something worthy of that. Baked mac and cheese, baked lobster mac and cheese. So this episode is dedicated to Teresa and Jeff. I hope you're watching. Teresa and I go way, way back, over 40 years to Naples, Italy, my first Navy duty station. And wow, I was just so grateful that she sent me all that cheese. Anyways, this is dedicated to you too. I hope you're watching, like I said. All right, so mac and cheese, let's go. I've already got my macaroni cooked off. Next thing I'm gonna do is we're making this baked mac and cheese. I gotta make a bechamel sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my burner going here. I'm gonna melt 8 tablespoons of butter. Once that's melted, I'm gonna go ahead and add 8 tablespoons of flour. So 1-to-1 ratio on the fat and flour. We're making a roux, okay? Then we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of, actually we're gonna add quite a bit of milk, and then we're gonna thicken it up with some cheese. I got a little bit of whole grain mustard here. You can put regular mustard. You don't even have to put mustard if you don't. I like to put mustard in mine. And I don't really see any salt and pepper out here, but maybe a little salt and pepper. We'll see as we go, but that's how we're gonna do it. Let's get this melted. Once this is melted, we'll come back. We'll start getting the bechamel sauce or the cheese sauce ready. Okay, so my butter is melted. In goes my flour. And I'm whisking this the entire time. Want to break up any possibility of any lumps developing. We don't want this lumpy. A little bit of flour at a time. Get it incorporated. That's all you do. Now I wish at some point in time I would figure out how to put a camera over me so you could actually see into the pot as well. But hopefully you see what I'm doing. Understand. I'll tip the pan up here and there. This is looking good. Perfect consistency. And let me see. There you go. You can see in there. It's looking good. Now I'm going to let this cook for about at least 30 seconds. And then we'll start adding our milk to thicken this up. Okay, time for some milk. And I add the milk slowly, a little bit at a time, let it thicken, then add more. Just in case any lumps are there, break them up. And we don't have any right now, so we're looking good. And I'm probably gonna have to have a little bit more milk going here. I knew I should have put 4 full cups, but shame on me. All right, I'm just gonna keep whisking this. And as it thickens, I'll decide I'm gonna add more milk, which probably am going to. And remember, you don't want this too thick. You don't want the bechamel part too thick because you're gonna add cheese to it. So the cheese is gonna thicken. You know where I'm going with this. Okay, so we're a little thick here, so I'm gonna go ahead and add about another half cup of milk here. Thin it down just a little bit more. We'll let this cook for about another minute. I'll give it another check. This is like the hardest thing. This is the part that I don't like about making mac and cheese, is the sauce. I really don't. I love to make sauces too, but this one here, So you would have to say that mac and cheese, when I make it, is a labor of love, because I really love it, so I don't mind the labor. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for a nice silkiness, and we're almost where I want it to be. And to figure out where we really are with this as far as the desired consistency is just to take a spoon, dip it in, and if the back of the spoon is coated, which it is, we've got the right consistency. It's not too thin, it's not too thick, it's not sticking up in the middle here. So we're looking good. Now, let me just go ahead and give this a taste. It's probably not going to taste like much right now. Like I said, not too much right now. I'm going to go in with a little bit of salt and pepper. Just a little. My noodles are cooked in salt water, slightly salted water. So there's a little salt there. And the cheese is a bit salty. So we're not going to go in with a lot of salt. Alrighty. Looking good. We want to make sure you keep stirring this, because you don't want the bottom to scorch, which is not, and you feel it. If it starts to scorch, you can feel it. Get a little resistance on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I'm going to get a spoon. Going with a little bit of our mustard here. About a tablespoon. Give that a little stir. Give this a little bit of a taste. Pretty darn good. And all I've added is salt, pepper, and a little bit of mustard. Now, all that cheese, 4 different cheeses. I got Colby in here. I got some Muenster or monster cheese, what the kids used to like to call it. I got some Colby, I got some sharp cheddar, all from Wisconsin. So that's all going to go in here. That's a good almost 2 pounds of cheese. And all I'm going to do now is take that and cut the heat all the way down, because all I need to do, actually cut the heat off. All I need to do right now is melt this cheese. And you just keep stirring. That's all you do until it's all melted. And then I'll check it again for flavor. See if there's anything that I need. It's almost melted. And that's just about it. All right, let me try this out. Look at that. Perfect consistency. Whoa. That is kicking. Whoa. It's all that good Wisconsin cheese, right, Teresa? Jeff? All right, I'm gonna clear a few things out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and add my macaroni in there. I've got my lobster that you saw earlier, all pulled out of the shell. I'll probably break this up a little bit. We're gonna fold that in. We'll get in our pan and we'll keep moving on. So don't go away. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. All right, let's go in with the macaroni. Give this a nice stir, and you're probably wondering why I haven't put the lobster in here yet. Well, because I need to set some of this to the side for those in the house that don't like lobster. Yes, there are a couple. So I'm gonna get this mixed up. Then once I set that to the side, the non-lobster version, I'm gonna go ahead and fold in some lobster. Not gonna fold it all in. Alrighty, now I'm gonna go ahead and fold in some lobster. And you see I've left this in some pretty big chunks. That's a really big chunk. Alrighty, give this a fold. Alright, now I'm going to put it in my pan. I am going to spray my pan. I don't want this cheese burning and scorching the bottom of the pan. There it goes. All of it into the pan. Ha ha ha. Alrighty. Okay, you have it in the pan. Set my other lobster over here. We're not done yet. One more thing to do. Now I have some Ritz crackers over here. Because I'm doing the lobster, I want to use some Ritz instead of breadcrumbs. I'm going to make a nice little crumb topping over the top. It's going to bake nice and golden. I have my oven preheated over here to 350. Actually, let's just cheese up. Best way to crunch up crackers while they're still in the little tube, right? All right. There you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of butter. Give them a little toss. Now all you Marylanders out there say, where's the Old Bay? It's not about a Maryland here. If I was doing crab, yeah, there'd be some Old Bay in here. But stay tuned, you Marylanders, because the next episode is kind of a nod to Maryland. So stay tuned to that one. All right, it's all nice and coated. Just get the crumbs on there. Just make sure you get good coverage. Okay, would you look at that? All right, in the oven, 35 to 45 minutes till it's nice and golden on the outside, and it'll be done. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Coming right back. Well, looky here, fresh out of the oven. Now I am going to let this set for about 5 minutes. I want this to set a little bit. So we'll let this cool down just a little. Set for 5 minutes. And we'll come back and we'll try it out. Okay, it's time. Now you'll notice that there's a little browning on the top. The last 3 minutes, I kicked the broiler on because I wanted a little char at the very top. Not a lot, just enough. A little crunchy. Now, what I'm gonna do is I have some of that leftover lobster, right, that I didn't throw in there. Heat this up, poach it in a little hot water. A little hot butter on there. A little butter. You know where I'm going with this, right? Give a little toss. Now. Oh, this is setting up nice. Go in here. No sticking to the pan. Oh my goodness gracious. Would you look at that. Ha ha ha. Go over the top with some of that lobster. Just a little bit. Ha ha ha. Would you feast your eyes on that? You want some, don't you? All right, well, I'm going to take a picture first before I mess it all up. And then we're going to give it a taste. Also lets it cool down a little bit. Okay, now, this is Wisconsin meets New England. Covering all my peeps today. Oh, this smells so good. Some of that lobster. All right, here we go. It's hot. Mic drop. Mic drop. I'm not gonna drop and do 20. Wow. Freaking wow. This is freaking off the charts good. And you saw how easy it is to make. Even with having to make the sauce. I mean, one of my favorite things in the world right there. Mac and cheese. And you've got to try it yourself. And if you don't like lobster, you prefer shrimp, go shrimp. You want to be like a Marylander? Go with crab. I don't know what people from California do. I don't know, maybe squid. Who knows? If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, most importantly share it right over there. Hit the logo, it makes it so much easier to subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for the next video because this is going to all tie in. So until next time, thanks, and we'll see you.